Hi guys, just wanted to touch base really quick. Came out into the woods, so I have a little quiet without people around. My Wi-Fi's been off, so I haven't been able to do any videos. And then prior to that, I wasn't doing any videos because I've been going through pretty much since the full moon last month on the 24th. I'm gonna sit down by this guy right here. Thank you, Mr. Tree. Heavy, heavy, heavy shadow work. It's been enlightening, deep, dark, scary, powerful, emotional. Yesterday, July 31st, would have been my mom's 70th birthday if she were still here. She passed when she was 63. So a lot of this shadow work that I've been doing, inner healing work, inner child work, has a lot to do with mother issues, as well as personal issues of my own, like fear of abandonment, and pretty much what I've been shown and what I've been working on and what has been working for me is that my lower chakras have been really blocked, and especially my root chakra, which gives you your foundation of safety and security, grounding, solidity, strength, things like that. Mine's been pretty non-existent my whole life. As most of you know, I've pretty much walked this world alone, and pretty much everyone in my life, family, friends, coworkers, whoever, never stays around. They never stay around. So that just reinforced to me over my lifetime that in my thinking I couldn't count on anyone, or no one would ever stay, or I'm destined to be alone forever, things like that. So the loneliness for me has been at times in my life almost fatalistic, meaning many times in my past I looked at death as a better option than spending another day completely alone. I don't look at things that way anymore. I guess my perspective has changed, and that started with me learning about myself, why things are a certain way, why I choose certain things that I do, or act certain ways, or say certain things, or think certain things, or feel a certain way. I had to learn and explore myself, take away all the defining labels. Who am I at the core of me without a label? And then, even harder, how to forgive myself and learn to love myself. That took a long time. It wasn't until probably late 2020, maybe even early 2021, to where I actually finally once and for all forgave myself and really did feel like I could unconditionally love myself, because I used to look at it like I give and give and give to everyone in my life, taking care, putting everyone else's needs before my own. I've always been that way. That could be because I'm a Cancer rising, so you got Capricorn manager, take care of everything, control. And then on the flip side, the emotional side of me, Cancer, which is very home and family oriented, and having that foundation starting at home. And as many of you know, my family's been ripped apart, blown apart, separation, just so much over the years. And me kind of wandering, not knowing where I belong and not feeling useful or having a purpose, kind of just getting through, and then it's like Groundhog Day over and over. And so lately, it's been a dark night of the soul for your girl here. I put into place some much needed healthier habits in my life, as I previously had started to do a couple years ago with plant-based diet, holistic herbal medicine, using naturopathic teas and whatever I can do, yoga, breath work, cardiovascular exercise, meditation, working with my crystals. I'm doing a lot of sound therapy, so Tibetan bowls, crystal bowls, gongs, chimes, binaural beats, isochronic tones, rife frequencies. They are helping me a lot. So I'm doing some chakra work on my lower chakras now. I fell into some bad news after I came back from my camping trip with my boys. And then, of course, I was in one of those moods of, I had a wonderful 10 days with my kids and couldn't have asked for more. It was great, but it goes so fast and it's over before I even know it. And then I'm kind of left with that mom sadness. I miss my boys, and me as mom, that's what I identify with the best, being there every day, being involved, even the kisses and hugs in the morning and at night. And I miss all that. So having gone through this wandering of homelessness and bullshit, the one positive is that it gave me a lot of solitude and solitary time to focus on me. And I guess I was trying this whole time for the past few years to work so hard at going within, find your quiet place and be still and go within. And I could never wrap my mind, Rain Man, around what that meant. Silence, what is that? So I was like, this is too hard for me. I'll never do it. Da, 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 da. It's not really so much about quieting the mind. It's doing the inner work, whatever that means to you. Whether you want to go blast Slipknot and meditate to that, or walk in the woods and connect with nature, or just be alone and stare up at the sky and contemplate things, contemplate life and love and happiness and inspiration, things like that. I have not been doing much writing. I have not felt inspired to do that, but I am doing a lot of inner work. Like I said, for me, they were all mother-based and abandonment-based, which are my deepest wounds. I've shared before that when I was first born, I was sick with jaundice, so I was in an incubator for the first few days of my life, and I did not get those first few moments of contact with my mother, which are so important. And then, my family being old-fashioned and strict and roots European, I'm just going to say that. Perfection was a big thing, tidiness, work ethic, was very strong in my family. And since I'm like the obvious, freak, I embrace that term. I love it. Very different. I don't conform. I don't like doing things the way everyone else does them. I have, you know, my own tune, my own beat, my own rhythm, and I step to that. And my parents kind of were always like the out of sight, out of mind, or like when I was younger, let's say my dad would just give me money or something if something was going wrong, because then he felt like he did his part, rather than me having my parents to talk about things. We didn't really talk about important things when I was younger. And then later on in my life, especially when I became a mom, my mom became my best friend and my only friend. And I love her and miss her every day still, but, her energy's around. Yesterday being her birthday, so I was like, okay, I'm getting hit with like the super deluxe triple whammy here. Not only do I have to go through this, but now it's my mom's actual birthday, and I got denied again on my disability claim, 5th time, going on 5 years now, wrongfully. That put me in such a state of depression. I isolated for a good week or so after my camping trip. And I thought, what the hell am I going to do now? I have no income, and I'm okay living without money per se, because I don't have a home. I don't have a vehicle for upkeep and maintenance or things like that. But yet, paying my phone bill would be nice. Having internet to do my videos. Getting some cash together to get the tools for my trade together so I can start a business. It's like any dollar I've gotten in the past couple of years is like, oh, survival. You need food. You need toilet paper. You need to do laundry. And it's like there's nothing ever left. And, I had an epiphany moment from that after I got out of my self-pity mode for a couple of days. I put together a very minor rough draft of a possible business plan for myself, creating a website, doing some craft work that I do. I thought maybe I could take some of my artistic or creative talents and turn that into a way to help others, because that's what it's always been about for me, but at the same time possibly have some sort of income base for survival needs, sustenance. I don't want to get rich or anything, I'm not looking for fame and fortune. I'm looking for security and comfortability, where I can plan a vacation once a year, or I can save up and get a car, not have to walk everywhere, or I can get my crafting tools to start my business, yada, yada, yada. Send my kids, my granddaughter money or whatever, presents, or just be able to do things, because in this modern age, everything costs money. It's sad. Yet, it's all free. So, I picked some mint. So, I'm going to dry these leaves when I get back to the house and put it in my tea. So, anyways, I've been kind of taking a step back from social media. That's why I wanted to do this check-in and let everybody know that I love you and I'm thinking of you, all my friends on YouTube. Thank you for never giving up on me, that's for sure. And yeah, I'm going to be reopening yet another disability claim, trying to see what I can do about making at least a couple $100. I need a couple hundred to just get going with my business. Once I get the tools and supplies I need, I could take it from there. with not even $1 needed. So it's going to consist of possibly some jewelry and then some divination readings. I've not really come out fully with my strengths and gifts yet because I wasn't quite sure how I wanted to be able to use them. So tarot, runes, oracles, astronumerology reports, and I'm going to do my own little touch on things. Like I'd like to get a little wood burning kit so I could make some runes on wood and actually burn the rune symbols onto wood. But if I can't, I can't, you know. I'm pretty resourceful. So I can usually find a way when I have the will for something. Yeah, I mean, I'm still grateful to have my roommate, but there are other roommates. I don't have a lot of privacy or peace and quiet. And so, mosquitoes are out now. So it's hard for me to practice the things that I need to practice, such as yoga. I'm not going to, with dudes around, go out and downward dog pose and all this, you know, bending over and stuff. I'm just not that person. So I come out into the woods when I can find a spot and I get it done. Somebody's out shooting guns. Okay. That happens a lot around here. There's a lot of woods, wooded areas, and there's a gun range somewhere around here too. Anyways, so I just really wanted to check in with you guys, let you know I'm okay, I'm hanging in, doing my best. That's been the gift and the blessing that this whole time I thought was a curse, and, well, thought I've been cursed. My family's been cursed. I've been cursed from before I was even born. Those are going away now, though. Sometimes things, as dark as they are, need to be exposed and brought to light, shed little light on the situation, just to get your attention to let you know that they're there, that they exist. And then I believe, and it's my opinion, that one can either face their shadows and release or embrace them, conquer them, or run from them. But I'm here to tell you, living proof, the more running, it's like a game of hide and seek that never ends. And every time you turn a corner, that shadow's going to be waiting there for you. That demon around the corner. Saying, yeah, I'm still here till you deal with me. And that's, I guess, just the way the universe works, you know? Or that's the Capricorn of me speaking anyways, ruled by Saturn, the lesson teacher. I've dealt with a lot of karma, my share and my family's, in this lifetime, so I'm ready to release that now. I believe I've done my part the best that I can now. I haven't always made good choices. I haven't always been wise. I've made more mistakes than someone could count in their lifetime. But with every mistake came another chance to have another learning experience. So I chalk it all up to that. It's all experience. And then choices next time, what to do better or what not to do based on prior choices that I made that maybe weren't so good. For instance, like running from my pain and escaping it with drugs and alcohol. I would do anything to just fill that void, numb the pain, escape it, not have to feel it. And then with that, I lived almost my whole life with so much self-hatred and self-loathing that when I tried to kill myself in 2011, I literally used to look at myself in the mirror and be like, I fucking hate you. And like, you're disgusting. I would tell myself these things almost on the daily. And now I practice positive affirmations. And they seem to help, although, you know, I'm a little impatient with that. I wish that a 28-day cycle could be like 28 minutes till it worked. It would be awesome. So I have released a lot of deep down fears and things about myself that I felt something there, but I didn't quite exactly know what it was. And I faced them. I embraced and released what I needed to, and I run on love and hope and faith and belief and kindness, honesty, compassion, empathy, integrity, morality, ethics, generosity, forgiveness. I'm all right. I think at some point, I know for me, being a Capricorn ruled by Saturn, blessings and good fortune and prosperity and happiness and those things come much later in life. Usually the first half of your life is all lessons, and I mean lessons. Love you, Saturn. I do. Because without that ass kicker, man, I wouldn't be as strong as I am. I wouldn't have overcome the things that I have. I wouldn't still be sitting here with a smile on my face. Not in this life of loneliness and misery for me. And some days are very hard. It's very hard to even get out of bed, want to talk to anybody at all, not just want to isolate and drown in my sorrows. But I just try something every day, whether it's taking a walk or even taking a 5-minute refreshing shower or writing or doing a meditation, something beneficial to me. Taking that time out for me. Yes, putting myself as a priority. Not selfishly, not me. No. But knowing I've done my best all day to take care of my responsibilities, or maybe help someone else, or whatever. And I put aside that time, and now I make it a point and I announce it. Like if I go in my room, I say I'm doing a meditation, so just so nobody knocks or anything. Okay. Whereas before I'd be like embarrassed, or I don't want people to think I'm ignoring them if I go in my room, or, I always was worried about what everybody thought. And so it's constant like this Cancer, crab, Capricorn, Cancer, crab, Capricorn. Mix that in with a Pisces moon. Freakazoid. So yeah, I have Neptune in my 12th house. If anybody catches my drift, I've had some not so nice energies to deal with in my lifetime. And it wasn't until these last few years that I really started to recognize and learn what they truly are and were. When my whole life I've been told by everyone I know that I'm crazy and I should seek mental help. and I'm hallucinating, delirious, imagining things. Yeah, you name it. So my whole life, I grew up believing everyone. Why would the closest people to me lie to me, right? No. They just couldn't see what I see, couldn't hear what I hear, couldn't imagine what I imagine, couldn't sense what I sense, couldn't perceive what I perceive. Capricorn's like the graduate, right? Wisdom, dedication, learning, leader. Cancer's the most psychic sign out of the whole zodiac, and Pisces is the most magical. And when you have strong Neptune, especially in the 12th, you deal with a lot of dark things. And a lot darker than most people could even imagine in their worst nightmare, or what you've seen on the worst horror movie wouldn't do justice. And it's been a lot to carry. So one of the most important lessons I learned is how to appreciate myself, appreciate my body for not giving up on me when I did so much damage to it. Oh, and I quit smoking, by the way. I'm on day 7, I believe. I'm not really counting, and I don't remember the day. Everything was going on. I've been using my vape. I have literally smoked about 3 3/4 of cigarettes in a week. I'm doing pretty good, and my mood's staying positive about it. I believe in order to overcome any addiction or obsession, you have to want that more than you want the substance that you're desiring. So for me, I have to want to quit more than I want to smoke a cigarette. And with my stress levels, I want to smoke constantly. So I got my vape. It's doing okay. I'm on the highest nicotine milligram, but then I have lots of vape fluid left, so it goes down to the lowest. I'm going to wean myself down. Oh, this mint smells so good. Here's some mint. Okay, guys. So it was a little rainy today. I got my food stamps, so I walked to Dollar General and got my groceries, which is nice. And I've been eating like tomato soup and garbanzo beans and peanut butter and macaroni and cheese for the last 2 weeks now, because on my camping trip, my boys wiped me out of food stamps, which I don't care. That's what they were for. I offered them. They ate good, though. And I just got word that my eldest son out in Illinois started a new band, so super happy. Shallow Grave is the name. I'm pretty sure he's keeping it metalcore like he used to. They're amazing. They're gifted. So if you get a chance to check them out on Facebook, they have a page. Please like it. And my son, Steven, the guitarist. And other than that, I got invited again over Labor Day to go on a little mini vacation again with my sons and their dad. So we're getting along at least. We're being civil, and that's, like I said, more than I could have ever asked. And this time my ex mentioned it to my son and said, ask your mom if she'd want to go. I'm like, really? Like, I'm going to say no. Vacation that I don't have to pay for, spending time with my sons, and getting away from the same old every day. So when Benny asked me that on the phone the other day, he's like, yeah, I thought you'd probably say, like, oh, screw him. I don't want to, he was joking with me. My kids have good sense of humor. 'Cause I do. Usually. So I hope to bring more happiness to my channel. I hope to bring, like, more laughter and more wisdom and insight. You guys have seen my suffering journey. And that's pretty much been my whole life, not just the last couple of years on YouTube. So it's a lot. heavy cross to bear for 44 years. So, what was I going to say? I guess that's about it. Mosquitoes are getting bad. Guns are going off, so I'm going to go back to the house, make a cup of coffee, and try my mint. So, I don't know when I will be able to connect to Wi-Fi to upload this. So, hopefully I can within a day or two. And I'm also going to be doing another update video on Morgellons disease. That's going to be my next video, all Morgellons, because in the last month I have had more people reach out to me over my previous videos from last year when I was really sick, who are really suffering, and that's why I did that. I shared my journey to let others know they're not alone, and I'm pretty clear these days. And you know, your girl's hair's growing back, although it's that midpoint, can't do anything with it, still uncolored. But when I think back to a year ago or look at my videos and see the bald and the lesions and that suffering abomination of an illness, I'm grateful for this right here. Super grateful. So I'm going to give some tips and tricks that helped me, and hopefully a little inspiration to others who are still going through the worst parts of it. First year or two are pretty bad, but if you can make it past that year and a half mark, you're golden. I give you my word on that, because I'm sitting here as proof. And I had it so bad, I felt these fibers literally wrapping on the inside of me, around my lungs, around my throat. Thought I was going to die. During a pandemic, alone, about to be evicted, seeing doctor after doctor with nothing, no help, no phone service. I remember those nights, man. Crying, sitting, oh, it was bad. So, I'm happy and thankful knowing at least I'm not at some points where I used to be. Always a work in progress, but hey, like I always say, I'm not aspiring to perfection. I'm aspiring to be me, good enough,